Each time that I try to use my tablet, I pay for device usage, and I just can't seem to properly get the services. And it's been going on
Okay.
years because my devices
What
are
kind
being
of?
hacked.
Oh, your mobile devices.
Yes,
Okay.
and I have strange things with electronics in my environments as well. So
Okay.
right now I can't currently use it,
I'm
and this
sorry.
goes on days at a time.
I'm trying to get. Okay, I heard you, Miss Carter. Um. Okay.
Yeah, so basically what happened is I believe that the police department is enlisting civilians to rack up charges because the police department, as you can see, has a history of coming on their own. And when they were caught doing that, they started enlisting civilians to take the fall for their crimes, which, I
Okay.
believe I'm not a police officer, but I
Sure.
thought that was entrapment because they
Okay.
didn't want to take the responsibility for their crimes, so they're having civilians do it. So I believe
Okay.
that Little and Holt was there because they enlisted those store employees to take the fall for a scam to keep me from making a purchase. It's been making it years.
Okay.
They've been doing it years. Sometimes I'd have to go to bed hungry because I go to
Uh
three,
huh.
4 locations and couldn't make a purchase to eat food trapped in a tent.
Okay.
I was
Yeah.
banned from multiple different shelters in Dallas that I'd never been to. So
Okay.
if they were forcing me in a tent because no one would let me in, and I thought the police department was behind it, so it didn't jeopardize my safety. So I started calling the police on the shelters, and the police wouldn't investigate them.
Okay. Okay. When was that? Was that Officer Little and Holt? Was that at Target? Was that today?
It was today, and my abuser
Today.
already prearranged and told me that I needed to watch out because he would do things, and this is the kind of things he does. He has people take the
Okay.
fall for his crimes, and then those
Yeah.
people have other people take the fall for their crimes.
Okay. Okay. All right. Yeah. So again, it does sound like some official oppression going on here, um, and we need to get to the bottom of it. Have you reached out to the district attorney's office to try to obtain um, give me 1 second, a protective order from their office?
Well, I'm afraid. Let me tell you why. Because I tried to get a protection order twice
Uh
at
huh.
Frank Crowley in Dallas and report my daughter's abuse. They lost it multiple different times,
Okay.
and then when I came in for a follow up, and there was intimidation and mistreatment and bullying for trying to get one, then I came in
Mm-hmm.
again, and then marshals removed me and the police, pushing and shoving me and intimidating me. And then,
Mm-hmm.
and then I came again years later, and when I came, a car had cut me off driving at Frank Crowley trying to park. I have it uploaded to my YouTube channel, and I didn't let it deter me. I know that they were trying to scare me and keep me from getting a protection order. I put that
Okay.
location in my GPS, and so they knew I was
Okay.
going there. I believe that my phone is hacked and remotely monitored. So
Uh-huh.
nonetheless, they knew I was coming there, and it was a scare tactic to keep me from trying to get a protection order. I went in
Okay.
anyway, and the multiple different parties that pushed and shoved me and violated me last time were there to
Mm-hmm.
keep me from getting a protection order again this time. They're making it a
Okay.
crime for me to flee abuse. So I'm not. I'm sorry. I forgot your question.
That's okay.
But
Yeah. Yeah.
protection order. So then I went to
Yes.
George Allen in Dallas. So George Allen, the police department came there and removed me from getting a protection order. I went back to George Allen after things blew over, and they said Frank Crowley called them and told them not to talk to me. The
Okay.
DA at Frank Crowley had already prearranged for George Allen to deprive me of assistance, and she said that
Okay.
they were instructed to not talk to me, not tell me anything, or help me, and they didn't.
Okay. Miss
So I
Clark, give
went
me
to
one
Fort
second. Okay.
Worth.
Hey,
Fort Worth, they did it twice in Fort Worth.
Miss Clark, give me 1 second. Okay.
Okay. Is it okay if I ask the question real quick? I just want to ask the question. Did you put someone to a call through to my room? Okay, I'm getting harassing phone calls. That's why I just had the police. So don't put it through again. They're harassing me. Okay. So that was this gentleman right here. And I'm on the do not rent list, and I have an emergency going tonight, which is why I came here.
Oh, okay.
Huh? The cops came out when? Okay, I'm sorry. I was doing
That's okay.
something else. I'm done.
Yeah. No, of course, by all means. Okay, yeah. So I encourage you to call our district attorney's office. From what it sounds, I don't know the elements for them to require it. I know there's two ways to do it. One, if a law enforcement officer arrests someone for the act of family violence, then we can apply for an emergency protective order, and that could be issued by the justice of the peace. 42 residents. Excuse me. The only hiccup on that is we have to arrest somebody for that crime, and that's whenever we are able to go in there and try to get that ordered. But people can definitely petition the district attorney's office.
I'm not quite certain of what you're saying. You said that if you arrest someone, can you repeat what you were saying?
Yeah, so when it comes to a protective order, there's two ways to get one issued. It can be either issued by law enforcement. The only time that we can do it, though, is if we arrest somebody for the act of family violence. But if like in your case, no arrests have been made, so that you would have to go to the district attorney's office or contact them by phone and apply for a protective order. And I highly encourage you to do that, to get some protection from you of all this is going on, especially with different cities and states. Let's try to get you protected.
It's been impossible. It's not safe for me. It's not a possibility that I can get now. Maybe a start would be able to get law enforcement, but as long as I'm being deprived of law enforcement, it's not safe. He's already warned me, so if I'm lured out to try to handle business, that's a strategy to take my freedom, like what's happened in the past. So right now I'm in hiding. I've already gotten a threat, and I've been denied law enforcement, so it's not safe for me to go out.
Okay. I understand. I got you. All right, Ms. Clark. So, like I said, I'll generate an offense report for official oppression, and then we'll get it sent over. Just bear with me, and I try to explain this to as many people as possible. As a law enforcement officer, I am not the judge. I do not determine whether your abuser is in violation of this or whether the Victoria Police Department is in violation of this. My job is to gather all the facts and present it to the district attorney, and that's whenever the other judicial branch gets involved. They'll go in there and then they'll determine if it meets the offense and then present it to the courts. So I'll get this sent over, and hopefully we can get you some justice.
Oh, I've been waiting on that 10 plus years. Another thing that I'm concerned about is that so I was stupid and let my friend do some things that she shouldn't. I used to be a doormat, and the situation that I believe where I was set up was supposed to be a misdemeanor, but they're forcing a felony on me, and I didn't even know I was targeted. So I have been stuck with this felony, and it's supposed to be a misdemeanor. So I realized that this friend was not a true friend. She's a gang stalker. And she was enlisted to do petty things that really aren't realistic. But all I'm just communicating is don't demand that I take a felony for a misdemeanor charge and trap me in years. And I don't know how to stop that. I believe that would be considered official. Would that be official? What is it?
Official oppression.
Oppression?
Well, no one's going to force you to take on a charge.
No, I'm not really being hurt. That's what I'm reporting to you.
Okay.
I have a misdemeanor charge that's currently a felony, and they won't correct it. Those are completely different scenarios. A misdemeanor is completely different than a felony, and they're demanding that I take a felony for a misdemeanor charge, and they won't tell me why they did it. No, I'm not saying that I don't. A lot of people are telling me that things are impossible that are reality. That's why I have to record it. They have me down as a felon when it's supposed to be a misdemeanor. And then that misdemeanor is even questionable because I was a cashier and somebody else wrote hot checks, and I didn't understand. I had never been a cashier. How I would be held responsible for someone else's checks?
Are they trying to charge you with engaging in organized crime, or what is it?
No, they said that it was fraud, and then fraud for a certain amount, and then it changed. It was a misdemeanor, and then it changed to a felony from nowhere in a glitch. And then whenever I try to talk about it, people don't have answers and they deflect and disregard. And I was getting terrorized and in jail. I didn't really know I was targeted. And I realized that this certain friend was setting me up. She told me to take glasses back, and they were scamming to get me to take some glasses back. I used to be a doormat. So it was bizarre on why but they were trying to set me up for another false arrest by having me take stolen glasses back.
Okay.
So since they
Yeah.
couldn't set me up,
So,
and I think that this is pertinent information. Since they couldn't set me up anymore on charges and me being a doormat, since I smartened up, then the police just started taking my freedom from nowhere. They didn't need her
okay.
anymore.
Uh-huh. Okay. Yeah, and I'm sorry. I didn't. I hope you don't understand. I wasn't trying to cut you off earlier. I thought there was just a break in there. I was trying to talk. I didn't mean to
Oh,
cut you off. Okay. Yeah. So when it comes to that, Ms. Clark, it's not going to fall under official oppression. What's the court's job, the district attorney's job to do is they'll go over the case. At any point in time, as a law enforcement officer, I can submit a case. Let's just say for this petty theft, and once it gets to the district attorney's office, they review it and they see, well, you know what, this person has been engaged with two other people, three other people doing the same thing, so they're going to present the charge of I just drew a blank. Excuse me.
well, I just really
Engaging in
not being
organized crime.
heard, but
Okay.
perhaps maybe someone dished out a lot and they want me to be stuck with this because it actually changes my life dramatically, and that's what they
Oh,
wanted to
absolutely.
do.
Well,
In
yeah, yeah,
addition
yeah.
to
So what?
that, in addition to that, I've also had an apartment scam because I'm really good with funds and paying people on
Mm-hmm.
time. I've had apartment scam to get me evictions.
Okay.
I don't understand why did a 6 months lease and then they did a year lease in Malice and then tried to hold me
Okay.
to it. She did it
Yeah.
deliberately, and I didn't know this was around the same time that the other incident occurred. So
Okay.
I don't know how to tell people that they don't need to break the law and then charge me with a felony and then everybody else cover for it. That changes my
Yeah. No,
life
I
drastically. That's criminal. You
absolutely.
can't alter documents and change a misdemeanor to a felony, but they did. And each time I try to report it, every location's cons that I have to be trapped with that felony for all these years.
Have you tried getting in a lawyer? Ms. Clark? Have you
It's
tried to review
impossible
that?
to get a lawyer, and I think the person that set this up knows how drastically a felony changes a party's life and paid good money for it and entices everyone calling me to leave me trapped in it. I can't make
Okay.
people abide by the law. Just
No,
like I can never go
hey.
to courts, they want to trap me with the felony and corruption, and I can't do
Okay.
anything regarding law enforcement. Just like with the family court, has no neglect and keeping terminated my rights for profit. I can't. If you
Okay.
guys won't do law enforcement, what can I do?
I understand. I got you. Yeah, I encourage you to try to get a lawyer and look at those that
I
case
think
with
that probably you need to add that. That's pivotal information on how someone can be so crooked and demand someone have a felony for a misdemeanor crime.
what court is that through?
That's in Denton.
Denton. Okay. And they originally charged you with fraud, but you said it went up to a felony. Is that correct?
It was a misdemeanor crime. I was a
Uh-huh.
cashier in Walmart, and someone came in writing hot checks, and then
Okay.
they charged me for it with the hot checks. So I thought it was really peculiar, the experience altogether. Like I said, I never was a cashier. I would have thought
Okay.
that if someone wrote hot checks, it wouldn't be I wouldn't have anything to do with it. But they,
Have you? Yeah, I got you. Have you gone to court with for that yet?
I did, and it was mysterious at court. They had other people. There was a person with a DWI that came in. They had me shackled, bottom, and my
Mm.
feet and hands, and I was the only one they violated like that. My family was
Okay.
shocked. They said that they saw other parties, and they didn't know why they would hold me like I murdered someone with shackles on my feet and hands. It was like they were
Okay.
sending me a statement. And then I came
Okay.
in, I had a court date, and then on my another court date for this case, someone had flattened all tires. I didn't know I was targeted.
Yeah.
And I
Okay.
couldn't go to court, and I told the judge that I had a flat, and I gave him evidence that I had the flats, and I called the court, and he arrested me. But I don't know why
Okay.
someone would flatten all my tires knowing that I had a court date in Malice.
Oh, I agree with you.
So that may be why they
Um,
charged me with that felony, and it was a misdemeanor charge. Maybe someone paid for it.
Okay. Okay, I got you. Okay. All right, Ms. Clark. Well, I think I got everything that I need. I will reach out to you if I need anything else. And we'll get this sent over, and we'll hope for the best for you.
Okay, I have a question. So
Yeah.
you're recommending that, okay, so we got the family court that altered court documents, and then we got Den court giving me a felony for a misdemeanor, And then we got Frank Crowley covering for multiple different false arrests and depriving me of my constitutional rights. Then we got Austin and their courts covering for me being arrested for reporting death threats and slandering me with mental illness, and then depriving me of the mental illness court and the criminal court. And then
Hmm.
that's the only thing that I was in Dangerfield, taking my freedom, and there wasn't a court situation with that. So, are you
Okay.
saying that the courts and then the Northern District Court letting me get a criminal trespass to interrupt that court hearing? So, as you
Hmm.
can see, there's a history of courts committing crimes. Are you saying that I'm trapped in that?
No, what I'm saying is that I'm going to get a report generated for you. I can definitely address the deals that's going on in Victoria. Everything that you told me is going to be in there, so that we can reference it. But if this is all going on, then we're probably going to enlist the help of the federal government to try to investigate all the other agencies with the amount of stuff that's going on. That's out of my jurisdiction, but we luckily have a good working relationship with the federal government where we can, get some help from them.
Yes, because this is jeopardized. This is completely hijacked my life for years. I don't think deserve for someone to pay, and then the courts be so out of control. They demand someone take a felony for a misdemeanor. That's
Yeah, no, I
criminal. You
understand.
can't do that.
I understand. Yeah, so we'll get this generated for you, Ms. Clark, and I truly hope the best for you. I'm sorry that you've gotten the reaction of law enforcement that probably wasn't the best for you, but hopefully we can make things right for you.
Well, let's not hope. Let's speak to, be positive and, say that it will be right. Hopefully, that we do, like you said, have a country that, still believes in justice and won't turn their back
Absolutely,
on 300 plus felonies. And
I
that's
agree, Ms.
not,
Clark.
I'm not including the crimes with the courts. I mean,
Sure,
they've turned their back on countless crimes. So, I don't know when they'll be backed into a corner to abide by the law. This is
sure.
outrageous. So, but
I
anyway, let's
understand.
see how it goes.
Yes, ma'am. All right, we'll talk to you soon, Ms. Clark.
Okay, thank you.
Have a blessed night. Bye
You
bye.
too. So this is part two. This is Sergeant Garcia. And I've called and called and called and called and called. I think it was 2009. 2009 when I was released. I was released from jail on my mother's birthday. My the date of her death, September 8th, and I realized that a lot of these dates are prearranged in corruption. For example, that I had the court date on my daughter's birthday, September 6th, for reporting the police department committing crimes, and then they gave me a ticket. Then they terminated my parental rights for my daughter in a scam. My son's birthday, July 10th, and there's a lot of dates the dates are showing me that someone's controlling the experience. On my court documents, before I started documenting it and taking pictures, there would be emojis on them. Then there would be emojis. It's not realistic. Okay, I'm done. I've been at this a while. And so I did make a mistake in the past. I used to be a doormat, and I let people take advantage of me, and they milked it. I don't know what's happening with my life, but I'm just telling you.